And welcome everyone to the Thursday night evening edition of the College Basketball Betting Show, hosted by Bool, the Capping Guru. I have three games that I would like to discuss tonight on the program. We're going to get right into it. The first game is the Portland State Hornets taking on the Pepperdine Wave. Pepperdine are -4-point home favorites out in Malibu. They are going to be playing at a 10 o'clock start. I'm going to give out Pepperdine -4. I'm going to lay the points here. They're a strong home team. They have pretty much all of their players are juniors and seniors, upperclassmen. They're a high scoring team, but they also play defense. That's a very tough combination to both prepare and match up against. So first pick right off the bat for the show is Pepperdine -4. Two other games we're going to talk about tonight. Let me show this. Next game we're going to discuss is the UCLA Bruins traveling across Los Angeles to meet the USC Trojans in a Pac-12 late night battle here. The UCLA Bruins are laying 4.5 points on the road. My numbers are about the same, about 5 points on the road, but I do like. I just think that these two teams. I think UCLA is, even on the road, I think they're close to almost 10 points better than Southern Cal. So only having to lay 4.5 here. Southern Cal is an excellent team, but UCLA is a potential Final Four and potential national champion in the making. I can't think of his name. The coach that came over from Cincinnati, Mick Cronin. Mick Cronin from Cincinnati is still there. He's got a very good nucleus of players that are playing for UCLA, and I just think that despite it, even with it being a rivalry game, I think UCLA is close to 8, 9, or 10 points better than Southern Cal. So I'm not too worried or concerned that they're playing in Pasadena here. So I'm going to take UCLA -4.5. And then the last game, which is actually the first game I should have touched on because it's a 9 o'clock start. I'm going to go to the Conference USA, the Louisiana Tech taking on the UAB Blazers. UAB is -7-point home favorites. I have UAB about 8 or 8.5. Again, it's close to my numbers, but I like the spot. I think UAB can easily. I think they're easily going to win this game by double digits, probably around 11 to 13 points. Could be closer to 15, 16 if Louisiana Tech just doesn't execute at all. But I think it's safe here, especially if you get them at -7. So if they win by 7, you get your money back. If they win by 8 or more, it's a win. UAB is one of these teams that, they're not going to be a team that goes deep in March, but if they win their conference tournament, they're definitely a team that if they, given their great matchups, and if they get the correct draw in the tournament, they could they're definitely capable of pulling off a few upsets. So I will lay the points with UAB. Quick show, guys. I'm going to go to the comments. I see some in the comments section here. Here we go. Yeah, what's up, Joe? Yeah, I am. It is Brian. I guess I know you in real life. Are you? I don't know what your why you have that as your name on there, but let me know who you are in the comments. You don't have to give out your first name, just or your last name, just your first name and your initial, if you don't want people to know. Um, Thank you. Yeah, it's a good point. Yeah, I think UAB is a team that can they're they're not the most talented, and obviously they play in Conference USA, so it's not like a Power Five conference or like the American like that. But they have some solid players, and pretty much all their players from last year are returning, and they've had a good start to the season in conference play here. The first month of conference play, they are, I believe they're like 17 and 15 and 5, I think. I want to say that's their 13 and 7, but still they've been covering again they're against the spread record is um is really what matters and what's important and why you and other people are tuning into the show. So yeah, those are my three picks tonight. Pepperdine -4, Pepperdine Wave -4 against Portland State. Or no, wait. Is it Portland State? Sorry guys. San Diego, sorry. I said that wrong. Yeah, Pepperdine is playing San Diego. Montana State's playing Portland State. Didn't see the line across that I had the wrong team, named the wrong team in the matchup. Pepperdine -4 against San Diego. UCLA -4.5 on the road at UCLA at USC, and UAB Blazers -7 at home against Louisiana Tech. Do you have Purdue winning? They're playing Michigan tonight. They're what are they minus? Um, that's a good question. I didn't really look into the game too much. I think they'll win. I mean, even with Rutgers beating them a couple weeks ago, I still think they're right there with Alabama and Tennessee as one of the top like 5 teams in the country. Um, I think Purdue wins. I'm going to go out on a limb here. I think the game's going to go into overtime, and I think either team could win. But yeah, Joe, I think Purdue will win by. Call me crazy. I think they win on like a game-winning shot or something, on like a two-pointer or just like some miraculous shot at the end. I think Michigan's going to play them really tough, but at the end of the day, Purdue's the better team. So yeah, if you're asking me who's going to win straight up, I would have to say Purdue. Um, and Arizona. Who's Arizona playing tonight? They are playing Washington State. Yeah, let me see here. I do think Arizona will win. Probably right around the spread. I do think the Purdue Michigan game will be a little bit closer. I think Purdue or Michigan. Juwan Howard's going to have the Wolverines ready tonight, and I think the X factor is going to be Edey. If Zach Edey is getting his points inside, um, Michigan's going to have to match Purdue's toughness. They're tall, physical teams, but um, they're going to have to really be making their shots, making key shots at the right moments, and not turn the ball over. If Michigan's turning the ball over, they have a tendency sometimes to be sloppy with the ball. And Purdue is actually one of the best teams. I think they're like top 20. I'm pretty sure in like fast break points off turnovers, like turnovers that aren't dead ball turnovers. So yeah, if to answer your question, yeah. It's going good. It hasn't started yet, but we have clinics coming up in the next month. Um, I'm going to be hopefully do high school this year along with rec ball, but I have to go through all the classes and get certified and pass the test first before I'm actually doing high school baseball. And I think it'll probably just be JV this year, unless they're just so shorthanded on umpires. Then I guess they would ask me, and I would volunteer. I would do it, but my feeling is that they're going to have me start out at JV and then do varsity next year. I don't really follow Gonzaga women's basketball. I don't really follow women's basketball in general. I don't keep up with it. There's too many teams for men's basketball, and it's hard enough keeping track of. I mean, even tonight, there's three. Can't even count. There's almost like 50 games tonight. Probably about 50 games, and it's only. Oh, it's just my dad. It's just in the background. It's my dad. It's like 50 games tonight, and then this Saturday there's going to be almost 3 times that. I looked. There's like 140 something games on Saturday. It was weird because the last 3 nights it's been kind of light. There's only been like 15 games. Well, they the schedule makers sure made up for all of the empty air time the last few nights. It's just my dad. He's just walking into the kitchen, but I'm doing the show in another room, so he was coming from the TV room. Who are you, Joe? Like, what's your actual name, or like, where do I know you from? NHL. How about Ducks versus Avalanche? Yeah, I guess I can touch on it. Why not? I'm going to keep the show to about 20 minutes, but let me look real quick. Let me look at hockey. Hockey's different, Joe. If depending if it's a money line, if there's a big favorite, I'm either going to take the dog on the money line, the plus 1.5 goals, or just pass. I'm not. You're never going to see me laying a big money line in hockey. Yeah, that's exactly what I thought. It's minus. The Avalanche are minus 400. So, I mean, right now I can get Anaheim. Let's see, what is it? The over/under 6.5. I can get Anaheim plus 1.5 goals on the puck line at plus 130. I would probably say that would be my play, but I'm not betting my actual money on it, so it's not. But that's my opinion. If you're asking me about that game, I generally don't bet the NHL until the playoffs, just because I'm so busy with college basketball, and I don't like to get distracted by another sport if the sport that I'm doing is working, and the information I'm giving out for the most part is even if the bets aren't cashing, it's the information is good, and the teams are playing how I expect them to. All right, we're gonna end the show. Thank you to Joe. Thank you to, there was about 4 or 5 people watching. Thank you, everyone. So those are the picks: Pepperdine -4, UCLA -4.5, and UAB Blazers -7. I'll be happy, guys, if I go 2-1. I think I could go 3-0 tonight, but if I go 2-1 on these, I'll be happy. I'm confident in all 3 of these. So if you're going to play these, I would play them for the exact same units or dollar amount, however you're going to do it. Yeah, I saw you play for Jay Pennington basketball, right? Like, yeah. All right. But yeah, we'll be back tomorrow on Friday for 6 p.m. show, and then Saturday, 10 a.m. It'll be a marathon blockbuster. I'm gonna have a couple guests on. We're gonna kind of finalize and iron out those details tonight and tomorrow. If the guests are confirmed by tomorrow night, I will tweet it out so you guys can know who's going to be on and what time the show will actually be going live. Thank you for watching, and we will have a good night. And let me just end it with.